Hi Virgo, welcome in on monthly reading for October. So if you are Virgo Sun Moon Rising, then feel welcome to watch this video, and I guess we can get started. So Virgo for October. Okay, the first card for you, Virgo, is the High Priestess reversed. Okay, so what I'm kind of getting from that is kind of like hiding, I would say. Like you hiding away from people, from your environment, from everything, kind of. You kind of not wanting to share anything. Maybe you are having some troubles, some problems, and you just don't want to share it with others, okay? You just feel like you should keep it inside of you, in the wrong sense, because you are kind of not accepting people in and help and support in. You are rejecting that from your life, from people, and that's not quite a good thing, especially if you are actually having some troubles or problems. I just feel like you'll be kind of scared of kind of including people in your life in the month of October. It's kind of like you'll be just like, without people, you'll be just doing yourself some illusions that maybe you shouldn't be making, but you know, without people, you would just like start going crazy really over those things. Like some, you know, made beliefs and stuff like that. I just feel like without people, you will really have this mess in your head and you'll not know even what to think, okay? But let's get more clarification on that. So October for Virgo. Virgo for October. October for Virgo. Okay. And we have the Five of Cups reverse, okay? So probably you are dealing with some feelings of maybe loss, but not necessary. It just like, I just kind of get this depressive mood when you don't really, you know, this typical I don't see the point in life, that kind of stuff. But it just may be the results of loss, of living in the past, you know. But I kind of really feel like it's all kind of only in your head mostly for all of you, for most of you. It just is in your head mostly, just something you made up, you know, because you are kind of like isolating yourself from others, and your head is starting going to just crazy, and it's all starting to how to say this, it all just seems more bad than it is, I would say. But yeah, I just kind of see you like in misery, and you don't want to share that state of yours with anyone else. You'll be just like kind of hiding, I would say, as I said at the beginning. It's mostly like you hiding from people, Virgo. Let's get more clarification about October for Virgo. Virgo in October. What else is there? October for Virgo. I kind of get also the feeling like you'll be kind of taking a break kind of in life. In overall, you'll be just like having this kind of breakdown, I would say. And okay, and we have the Page of Pentacles reversed. Okay, I kind of got what I got is kind of like you are not willing to accept something, okay? Some information, just some realization you have, but you are not willing to accept it, kind of. You know what I mean? You just rather like sit in this feeling of misery and loss. For some of you it might be good, because, you know, to kind of overcome something, you have to first let yourself feel it, like fully. But for some of you it might be just like destructive behavior. However, it's mostly like you going through this loss, but it's mostly like you living only in past, you know what I mean? And kind of making out of it more than it is. Like that there is wait a minute. Okay, and we have the Hanged Man reversed. Okay. So yeah, as I said, it's kind of like break in life. As I said, it's like you kind of not willing to go and do something in real life, kind of like, you know what I mean, like going through this breakdown and sitting in this kind of misery of this lost kind of thing from the past, or just in the overall, just you living in the past, and there's nothing really like physical that is stopping you from doing something with your life, just going out there and living your everyday life, moving forward even. It's just you kind of not willing to do that, okay? You just not feel like doing that. You be rather just like taking a break, like emotional break, like mostly like just in your head you'll be on the break. You'll be not willing to kind of think of anything else, like, you know what I mean. You'll be just like in this kind of depression, that kind of energy I'm getting. Because you'll be not willing to accept something, some information, some realization, something you should maybe accept a long time ago. And as I said, it's kind of something you'll be wanting to deal on your own, without any people around you. And as I said, it will be kind of like break from the life for you. Not necessarily in like physical sense, like break from job or anything else, but it's mostly like you wanting a break, maybe from people mostly, as I said. You were just like maybe scared, and like rejecting them, like resisting coming to terms with this realization about this. You know, you'll be just like scared, maybe you'll be resisting the moving on, okay? You'll be resisting moving on, and you'll be rather just like living in your head. Yeah, exactly. It's like 6 of Cups, okay? It's like you kind of living, like having these sentiments. That's why you'll be not wanting to kind of move on, because of sentiments. You'll be sentimental, okay? You'll be not want to move forward because you'll be sentimental towards this past. So it will be not necessarily like you being codependent to it, but you like consciously choosing to live in past, because you be very sentimental about this, about people, about past novella, about anything, about this loss maybe that you experienced, maybe not necessarily a loss, and just you kind of being scared or resisting this realization that you have to move forward and forget about this past, okay? Because you will not want to do this, because as I said, you'll be kind of sentimental about this. And that's why you'll be kind of on the break in life, because you'll be having to come to terms with this realization, okay? So yeah, there's a lot of kind of like running away from life, also like living in your head for a while, kind of, you know, having to come to terms with this realization that you have to move forward. But at the beginning, you will definitely not want to do that. And we have Ace of Wands reversed. Yeah, as I said, you'll be kind of rejecting this moving forward, doing something, okay? You'll be, as I said, only in your head. There's not much action in the month of October for you, Virgo. It's mostly just you kind of, you know, being in your head and thinking about this and kind of like resisting the moving forward, you know? So it's mostly like you being stuck in this energy, but I kind of get a feeling like it's part of a journey where you have to just, you know, sit for a while with this, with your thoughts, with this, with you being kind of sentimental about this, with this past, with your thoughts, before you will be even able to think about moving forward, you know? So that is what I'm kind of getting, but let's get more clarification about that, Virgo. So, Virgo for the month of October. What else is there to know? Virgo for October. What more clarification we can get? What is there more to know? Okay. And yeah, we have High Priestess reversed again. So it's you kind of having to sit in the dark, okay, for a while, because before you be even able to kind of, you know, go and see the light in your situation, you know. It's kind of one of those times when you just have to have this kind of breakdown, or just sit with this darkness for a while, you know, just kind of be with your thoughts and kind of decide what is good for you actually and what's not, before you'll be able to see to move forward. But what is there more to know for you? Yeah, and we have a Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I think that, yeah, it's Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Yeah, so it's kind of like you have to be on one side of the spectrum before you'll be able to go on the other side, you know. It will be just like you kind of having to be in this most dark place, kind of in this kind of, you know, like really sit deep in this energy of this past, and, you know, you being sentimental, before you be able to kind of go all the way up and just let go of this and move forward, you know. That kind of energy I'm getting. So as I said, it's kind of part of the journey, as I said. You have to kind of go through this to kind of move forward, okay? Or either way, it could be just like all the time in your head, and either way you'll be not able to kind of move fully forward. But yeah, it will be definitely helpful for you if you'll be kind of like sitting in that energy. And there will be definitely like a break, like sitting a lot in your head, kind of resisting this information, or kind of like, you know, having those illusions. But I would not say necessary illusions, because I kind of get a feeling like you already kind of accept the truth about this loss, etc. But you just kind of still have some kind of illusions you have to kind of go through and kind of, you know, let go of. There's still something you are not willing to accept, some information, or you are faking something about yourself. And we have a spirituality reversed. So yeah, it's just a lot about kind of like ego, sitting in your ego. Like, you know, you have to like sit for a while and satisfy your ego before you get bored of it, you know, that kind of stuff that I am getting. It just, you kind of, before you move forward, you have to like satisfy your ego, you know, until you kind of would feel like you are, okay, I'm bored with it, I don't want to play and imagine and fake those stuff, you know. I kind of get the energy of being like tired and bored, like literally I get that energy. You can see that in me, you know. I kind of feel like heavy and like, okay, I'm done, I'm like very tired, and you know, that kind of energy. And that's probably in what energy we are basically now in. Like, okay, I'm tired and I just want to be for a while with myself, and I don't want any people around me. I just want to sit in those visions in my head that it might work out or whatever, like, you know, this good type of visions, that nice type of visions, or those, you know, illusions that are kind of satisfying your ego before you kind of get bored of it and just, you know, throw it away and, okay, I am done, I can move forward. There's a lot of just, you know, the message is actually like extremely clear in this case. It's like you having to sit in the energy before you will be able to move forward. And we have the abundance, okay. Okay, that gives me good energy. So it's like you having to realize that you have some things in your life that you can be still grateful about, even though besides that loss, but if there was a loss, you know, or whatever you are kind of missing, you are sentimental about. Where besides that, you are still having good things in life. You just have to like get used to being without this thing, because that's what missing this thing is actually about. Like, you just have to get used to new things in your life right now, or the things you should focus on, and being grateful about them, because there's definitely like a lot of things you can be grateful in your life, but before you kind of notice them, you kind of have to deal with that first and kind of let go of it. And there's probably like some blessings coming to you just after you let go of it. There's something you just have to let go before you get something new into your life coming. And there's definitely like this sense of gratefulness you will kind of feel after you let go of this. Like, you notice that there are other things coming in place of that thing that you are missing, that you lost probably, or you are just thinking about, you're trying to let go of. But let's get a last card for you, the card of advice for you. So let's see, Virgo for the month of October. What is the advice? What is the message for Virgo for October? What's the advice? What's the advice for Virgo for October? What's the advice for Virgo for October? And we have ask your angels, okay? So it might be, ask anyone actually. Ask your angels, ask your spirit guides, ask your friends, ask your family, whoever you kind of have, or ask even yourself, your higher self. It just has to be done kind of, the month of October is all about kind of trusting yourself, kind of going by your own voice, inner voice, not your ego. Just kind of, when you kind of like tap into satisfying your ego in the month of October, you kind of be able to recognize when the ego and when your higher self, your true self is speaking. Because with time, you will get kind of bored of your ego, and you will notice where is it that your ego is speaking and when you are speaking, because when you are speaking, you will not be comfortable, you will not feel satisfied, you will just feel this kind of harsh truth, and that's kind of energy I'm getting. Like, you get bored of being in your comfort zone, you will be getting bored of being satisfied, like satisfying yourself with those fake things you are saying to yourself, or these visions or whatever, with comforting thoughts. I kind of get a feeling like you just, with time, in the month of October, you'll be just like slowly getting kind of like letting go of your ego, because you will get bored. Like, you will authentically get bored of your ego, because you'll be just like so tired of all the time being in your comfort zone. Like, it would be just like boring for you, like completely boring, and you'll be just like having to accept this harsh truth, this realization that you are kind of like rejecting, So that's all that is about the month of October, letting your ego take control for a while, satisfying it, being in your comfort zone as you might like at the beginning, but later on you'll be just like getting completely bored of it, you'll be just like authentically bored of it, and that's when you just let go, that could be the point when you will just let go of your ego to kind of satisfying it. Okay, so that's all I have for you, Virgo, for the month of October. I hope it resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments down below. If you like the video, leave a like, and if you wanna see my face a few times or more, then subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you so much, and bye bye.